Welcome to this week's edition of the Dakota Angler 2-Minute Fishing Report. Well, first off, folks, I want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas. And again, I can't tell you how much we appreciate everything you do for us. A lot of you say we do for you, but honestly, from my heart and my family's heart, it's what you do for us. That really makes each and every day that much more enjoyable. And again, I hope all of you can spend a little bit of time reflecting back on this past year and enjoying the time with your family and friends that surround you on Christmas Day. Well, I wish I had a little bit of a better present for you than this. It definitely looked like the water or the ice opened up in some of our lakes around here in Sioux Falls. It's hard to understand why, maybe a little bit of the wind, but some of the ice conditions are a little bit questionable. Let's say at Twin, Vermilion, North Island, Madison, also Scott Slough. So again, I can't emphasize, you know, even though we've had a colder winter so far, you need to make sure you have the proper safety equipment with you at all times. So again, be aware of that, but anywhere north of Highway 34 should still be okay. Areas to the south, again, be on the lookout for that questionable ice. As far as the fishing report is concerned, up in the northeastern part of the state, the lakes that produce walleyes included Bitter and Waubay. Those are the two main lakes that a lot of people are going to. Also Hazelton, that's been a pretty hot lake lately. Opitz, Dry Lake by Clark, as well as by Florence. Then also Oak, Goose, Big Stone. Casey Slough is something we haven't talked about in a while. That's producing some nice walleyes. And then also Clear. Down the southeastern part of the state, the lakes that produce walleyes included Ponset, Dry Lake by Willow Lake, Thompson, Whitewood, Sinai, a few being caught there, but on the small side. And then also 81 Ponds, Twin, and then North Island. But again, remember the questionable ice conditions at both of those locations. Now, what have guys been doing to catch the walleyes? Again, it seems like a little bit more aggressive presentation of the Northland buckshot spoons. Again, it's tried and true, but now this year you got the tungsten version, as well as last year you have the glass version, so it really hasn't mattered, but it seems like the glass and the tungsten have worked out best. And then also the clam Psycho Shad have been working well, the VMC Rattlin' Roach, and then also Castmasters with the new paint from Moonshine Lures. The Moonshine Glow Paint has worked really well on those Castmasters to attract the walleyes. Now, as far as the perch bite is concerned around the area, the lakes that produce perch included Big Stone, Waubay, Stink Lake, and then also Ponset, Dry Lake by Florence, Clark, as well as Willow Lake, Thompson, a few being caught at Whitewood, Sinai, and North Island. Now, what have guys been doing to catch the perch? Again, nothing real special, but some of the main lures that a lot of people have been using have been the Clam Tika Flash that was new last year, been working really well, especially with some of the newer color schemes, the paint schemes. Then also the Clam Pinhead Minnows, and then the VMC Roach Jig, and then also the VMC Bladed Bull Spoon have been working really well. And a lot of that tipped with waxworms or maggots, and we have red or white on hand here at the store. In this week's edition of Todd's Tackle Tips, I'm going to show you a few new lures that have been working pretty well for the past couple of weeks, whether or not we're talking about perch or walleyes. And there's more than just these four, but this is definitely something that a lot of people have been searching out for. And I mentioned this in the report section as well. One of the first ones has been the Northland Tungsten Buckshot Spoon. You can see it's got the traditional shape as the buckshot. It's got the great rattle, but with a smaller profile due to the tungsten weight, it allows you to get down a little bit quicker than you otherwise would. So a lot of times people have been tipping this with waxworms or a minnow head and working quite well. The Clam Tika Flash has been new, let's say last year, but now they got the PT. It's a new paint scheme. Have a number of different colors into it, and I think hopefully you can see that a little bit. Again, very unique to say the least, and a painted colored treble hook, and again, tipped with waxworm has been working well. Especially now, also we're going to be talking about new paint schemes. Castmaster joined up, or Moonshine was bought out by Acme, and what Acme did is put the Moonshine Glow Paint on the traditional Castmaster, and you can see it's just unbelievable. This has been working really well. It has an unbelievable glow. When I turn my lights off in the store, the whole store, or that whole aisle, lights up from that glow paint. Also, one of the last ones I'm going to talk about is the Hatchet Spoon by VMC. It's kind of like a flutter spoon in a way, but a very unique flutter to it. And then it's also got a bucktail to it. A lot of the past couple of weeks, people have been tipping that with minnow heads and working really well for the walleye. They come in a number of different colors, 3 different sizes. So again, there's, for having such an off year as far as new tackle is concerned, I would say that there's probably 6 to 8 new lures out there that a lot of people have been using and having quite a bit of success with them. And we've highlighted 4. We'll talk about more of them in the coming weeks. But if you want better insight or we'll really get an idea on how these look and how they really work, stop on in here at the store and we'll be more than happy to show you around, and we'll get you hooked up with the tackle that will provide you the best odds and provide you the most success the next time you're out on the ice. Welcome to this week's edition of the Dakota Angler 2-Minute Fishing Report. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, all you have to do is send it to me, and you can do so by sending it to todd@dakotaangler.com. And folks, as I said in previous reports, I don't think you're going to find a bigger selection of ice tackle anywhere in the tri-state area, or maybe even in the upper Midwest, than what you have right here at Dakota Angler 1120 East Benson Road. If you cannot make it into the store to appreciate the great selection that we have on hand, make sure you go to our website at dakotaangler.com and we'll ship it out to you the next day. And of course, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to give us a call at 605-336-9132. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd, and as we say it around here, fish on! We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, folks. Merry Christmas and have a happy and safe New Year.